I'm going to show you a new feature in IMUNES version 3. We have implemented an option to enable running a DHCP client on node interfaces. Let's see exactly what I'm talking about. So this works by running a DH client binary on configured interfaces. It functions on both FreeBSD and Linux, since the DH client binary is included with IMUNES nodes. All network or L3 nodes support this, except for the external connection and external NOT connection nodes. After configuring the interface to use DHCP, the configure interfaces hook runs DH client on the interface, and the unconfigure interfaces hook kills the application. I modified the existing DHCP example from our IMUNES examples repository to automatically run the DHCP server on startup. On the DHCP server node, there's a custom configuration set up to run a basic DHCPD server, which we'll see in a moment, and I'll show you how to configure the interfaces on the clients. This is a basic setup. We have a couple of PC nodes acting as clients, a local DHCP server, and the rest of the network. The dhcpd is quite easy to configure, and it's also included in IMUNES nodes. I'm running this on Linux, but the configuration is the same to the one on FreeBSD. First, we create this directory and the leases file inside of it. Then we create a configuration file in /tmp directory, of which we fill out with some basic information. This can be our subnet, net mask, range of IP addresses, default gateways, and so on. For this example, we have also configured a specific IP address fixed to some MAC address. At the end of the node startup, dhcpd runs our configuration in the background and starts responding to our clients. If we check the configuration for the interface on node fix, we can see its MAC address matches the one from the dhcpd configuration, and we can see that its IPv4 address is set to DHCP. If we check the running processes on this node, we'll see that the DH client is running on the configured interface. And as you can see here, the IPv4 address is really the one we set in the dhcpd configuration file. Now I will unconfigure the node interfaces and we'll see what happens. Checking the node processes, we can see that the DH client is not running anymore, but our interface still has the assigned IP address. At least until its lease time expires. Of course, you can set this configuration to nodes that are already running. If we check the running processes on another node, we can see that DH client is not running and no IPv4 addresses are assigned. Going to node configuration, interfaces tab, and setting DHCP as an IPv4 address will work as expected. DH client will start, and the interface will get an IPv4 address from the pool. There is a difference when unconfiguring nodes on FreeBSD or Linux. Linux will set a valid lifetime counter for the received IP address and will automatically remove it when it expires, even if the DH client is not running. However, FreeBSD will keep the address until you manually remove it or until the lifetime expires, but while the DH client is running. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.